You're putting your buyer in a position where they have to pick between you and you. Your messaging gets clearer, your launches convert better, and your revenue stops feeling like a series of unrelated wins. I've made it, I get it. You found a competition point. 2 doors leading to the same room. My buyers were beginners. They didn't yet believe that this online business thing could actually work for them, and I built the bridge that filled it.
My guest today is a dear friend of mine.
One of them goes, that one over there, she's big money. And it was my guest today.
Her name is Amy Porterfield.
Amy Porterfield, the ever amazing,
best-selling author of 2 Weeks Notice, Miss Amy Porterfield.
8%. That was the conversion rate between 2 of my programs the year I realized my best students weren't actually following the path that I had built for them. For years, I'd been selling a program called List Builder Society as the perfect bridge into Digital Course Academy, my signature offer. The logic was absolutely clean. My students needed an email list before they could launch a course. So I'd help them build the list, and from there, they'd be ready for Digital Course Academy. Only 8% of them made it there. That means 92% of the people that I thought I was preparing for Digital Course Academy never bought it. My offers weren't working together the way that I thought they were. Now, you may have a version of this happening in your own business right now. What I mean is that maybe your course came first and then the membership came later, and your audience kept asking for ongoing support. So then the coaching program came in when your most committed customers wanted access to you. I know how it goes. Each of those decisions was right when you made it. Today, we're going to look at the shape of all of them together with fresh eyes. I'm walking you through why offers built in sequence start competing for the same buyer, 3 signs this might be happening in your business, and the one repositioning move that brings everything back into a clear path your customer can follow. Quick thing before we dive in. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit subscribe on YouTube or follow on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. That way, you can be sure that you do not miss a single episode. Let's get into it. So how do you know if this is happening in your own business? Here are 3 signs your offers are competing with each other right this second. Number 1, you have 2 offers that serve the same person at the same stage. So your course buyers and your membership buyers are the same person at the same point in their journey. They're looking at both offers and they're trying to figure out which one is right for them. This creates decision pressure, and a lot of people walk away with neither when the choice feels too heavy. You can catch this when you're writing copy or pitching during a webinar. You hear yourself describing 2 of the offers in nearly identical language with slightly different price tags. The audience is the same. The promise is similar. You're putting your buyer in a position where they have to pick between you and you. Number 2, you have an entry-level offer that almost no one moves past. So when you built it, there was a sequence to it, right? It's a smaller, low-price program designed to be the on-ramp into your bigger offer. Someone buys it, they get a quick win, and that win is what makes them ready to step into your signature program. That's the design. Now look at the data. Pull the conversion rate from that entry-level offer into the next one. A healthy bridge moves at least 20% of its buyers forward into the next offer. If you're sitting at less than 20%, your bridge is not doing the work that it's supposed to. I learned this the hard way with List Builder Society. So more on that in just a moment. Sign number 3 that your offers are competing with each other. You can't name the one program that gets 80% of your focus. When every offer is getting some of your time and attention, none of them are getting enough. Your audience can actually feel that. They don't know what you're known for because you haven't really decided that either. So that's a problem. A signature offer is the one program that you'd keep if you could only keep one. It delivers your biggest transformation. So when you give it 80% of your focus, 3 things start happening at once. Your marketing gets sharper because you're refining the same message with every launch instead of starting over. Your audience builds deeper trust because they hear you talk about that one thing consistently and start to associate it with you. And your revenue gets more predictable because you're optimizing one funnel instead of patching together 5. Until you name that program, every other offer in your business is competing for resources that should be flowing in one direction. So if any of these 3 signs felt familiar, the next move is to get the full picture. I want to walk you through an audit that you can run through in just an hour. It shows you which of your offers are doing the work and which ones are working against you. Here's what the audit looks like. Give yourself an hour with a notebook or a fresh document. I want you to write down every paid offer that you have right now. So that means your courses, memberships, coaching containers, workshops, template shops, all of it. Get all of them onto the page. And then from there, you're going to walk through each one with 4 questions. Question number 1, who is this offer for? Now, I want you to get really specific here, like really picture them. Like, for example, the person in their 40s who's tried 3 different programs, knows she needs strength training, and wants someone to tell her exactly what to do, like that kind of specific. When 2 of your offers have the same answer to this question, you found a competition point. 2 doors leading to the same room. Question number 2, what's the natural next step after someone buys this? When a customer finishes this offer, what's the obvious thing for them to do next with you? If you have to think about that for more than 30 seconds, your buyer isn't going to figure it out either. And here's the thing, you might just have 1 offer, which I love. So that means you might not have something for them next, and you might not have a bridge offer, and that's okay. It's just make the decision. If it's too many things and totally confusing, I'd rather you clean that all up. So what I'm saying is you don't need to have an ascension offer. You don't need to have something next. But if you have a bunch of things next, we need to clean that up and make it a really clear path. And question number 3, what percentage of buyers take that next step if you have one? This is the data check. Pull all the numbers. If you have a smaller offer that's supposed to feed into your bigger program, look at the conversion rate from one to the other. The benchmark for a healthy bridge is 20% or higher. When the number sits below that, the path between those offers, it just needs some work. And question number 4, which of your offers is your signature offer? This is so important. If you could only keep one, which one would it be? So that program is your signature. From this point forward, it gets 80% of your focus. By the time you've answered those 4 questions for every offer, you'll see the shape of your ecosystem clearly. Most people see one of 3 patterns: 2 offers fighting for the same customer, an entry-level offer where most buyers stop after that purchase, or a business with no clear signature where every offer is competing for equal attention. Whatever the audit reveals, here's what to do with it. You already named your signature offer in question 4. So from this point forward, it gets 80% of your focus, your team's focus, your marketing energy, and your storytelling. I know that's a big commitment, but trust me on this one. Every other offer in your business has to answer one question. Does this offer bring people into my signature offer, or does it give people somewhere to go after they finish my signature offer? If an offer does one of those 2 things, it stays. Now, you may need to reposition the messaging so the role is clear, or update the sales page, or adjust the pricing. Make sure both you and your buyer can see exactly how this offer connects to the rest of your business. So if an offer can't do either, you have 3 options to consider. 1, reposition it to bridge into the signature offer. 2, reposition it to serve as the next step after your signature offer, or retire it altogether. That 3rd option is the one most business owners flinch at. You spent months building that program. You've made some money with it. I get it. Walking away from a program that you've built is one of the harder decisions that you can make as a business owner. I've made it. I get it. But what's waiting for you on the other side of that decision changes how you operate. Your team gets to fully commit to the program that matters most. And your audience starts giving a clear answer when someone asks what you do because you've finally given them an answer. And the focus that returns to your business when you stop spreading it across competing offers is what makes the difference between a launch that nets 5 figures and one that nets 6 figures or beyond. That was the move I made with List Builder Society. When I looked at why only 8% of buyers were converting into Digital Course Academy, I saw what was missing for that audience. My buyers were beginners. They didn't yet believe that this online business thing could actually work for them. What they were looking for most was proof, the kind of proof that comes from making money online. So List Builder Society was helping them build the list, which they needed eventually. The proof that they could generate income was what was missing. So I built something that would give them exactly what they were looking for. So it was called the 1 hour offer, and it taught people how to create and launch a simple paid workshop, and it walked them through getting their first online sale. That confidence shift was what made them ready to invest in DCA. The work was simpler than rebuilding everything, that's for sure. I looked at the gap between where my buyers were and where they needed to be to succeed in my signature offer, and I built the bridge that filled it. Now, once your offers are repositioned and you know which one is your signature, there's one more piece that makes this whole thing operational. You need a dedicated way to sell your signature offer that goes deeper than just a few social media posts or a handful of emails. Now, that's a full conversation on its own, and I'll be covering it in a future episode. So make sure you're subscribed on YouTube or following on Apple Podcasts or Spotify so you don't miss when it lands. If you take one thing from this episode, take this. The offers you built, they can work together. You've built each of them for a good reason, and there's a clear path to bring them back into alignment without starting over. Here's your action step for the week. Carve out an hour, list every paid offer you have, and run each one through the 4 questions. Then name your signature offer out loud. From there, every other offer in your business either bridges into it, comes after it, or it goes away. When your offers are doing the work they're designed to do, your messaging gets clearer, your launches convert better, and your revenue stops feeling like a series of unrelated wins. If this is the kind of clarity you're after, my free live training, The Revenue Consistency Formula, is where I take this deeper. I walk you through how your messaging, your offers, and your lead generation work together and how to identify which one is most out of alignment right now. You can sign up at amyporterfield.com/training. The link is also in the show notes. Thanks so much for tuning into this episode. I hope it gave you a clear way to look at the offers that you've built and what they can become. If you're watching on YouTube, hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. And if you're on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, hit follow. I can't wait to talk to you again soon.